Welcome back on this election day. After all the commercials, all the mailers, all the campaigning, it's been a lot. It is finally decision day for voters.
And some of these races will come down to the wire, but others basically a formality. Political science professor Stephen Caliendo from North Central College, always with us around election time. So glad to have you with us back in studio today.
Good to be here. Good to see you both.
Okay, let's talk about the race that the biggest on the ballot in Illinois. It's for governor.
That's right.
Between J.B. Pritzker, Darren Bailey. A lot of money has been sent. We've seen rancor going back on both sides. But in terms of the finances, even particularly with Governor Pritzker, $150 million of his own money. Is that money well spent? Is it going to matter? Will this race be that close?
I don't think it'll be that close, but I think what's really important is that to offset that money that the governor was able to spend, you got a lot of political action committee money, specifically super PAC dark money that came to help Darren Bailey. And so that's a lot of those ads that you've seen where the candidates aren't necessarily appearing in them, aren't speaking in them. A lot of those are PAC ads. And so there was millions and millions of dollars spent on this race. I haven't seen a poll that's closer than 10%. So we'll see if that's accurate. Again, high voter turnout can change all of that. People go out and vote. Makes a difference.
So last night we showed some video at one of the early voting sites. Long lines there.
Yes.
You know, but a lot of people are voting by mail.
That's right.
And so how will that affect maybe close races as we wait for those results to come in tonight?
It's because of our federalist system. It's really up to the states to decide how those ballots are counted. In Illinois, they can be processed, but they can't be counted until the polls close. So they're going to be processed. They'll be ready to start counting as soon as the polls close. But when we come back tomorrow, we're going to be talking about some of these national races, like in Pennsylvania, for instance, in Wisconsin. They can't even process those mail-in ballots until the polls are closed. So if it's a close race, if they're not able to predict, it's going to be several days, perhaps, until we know who the winner are in those. But in Illinois, we should have a pretty good sense. If it's close, if it's within 0.5%, some of the congressional races we need to talk about, we may have to wait to hear about those.
From a national perspective, so much focus on the midterm elections with the balance of power in Congress that could flip to Republicans, you know, both in the Senate and the House.
That's correct.
Here in Illinois, 3 tight congressional races. We've seen a lot of these political ads about these. Is this a reflection on the voters being unhappy with the present political system in power, particularly the president?
Yeah, there's no question. It's anytime you have midterm election, especially in a president's first term, historically the president's party loses seats. It's a referendum on those first 2 years of the presidency. Presidents get credit for things that they're not responsible for and blamed for things that they're not responsible for. That's not the point. So the fact that these races are close indicates the strength of what's happening for Democrats in those suburban areas. In other words, they should be losing, really, in a number of those places. The other thing that's important, though, is these are new districts. These are not.
Maps,
that's exactly right. Redrawn maps after the 2020 census, and so these folks are running in areas that are a little bit different than what they ran on 2 years ago, and so it's hard to make predictions because of that.
And out in the suburbs, you're talking about more reddish than blue in some of those west and northwest suburbs.
The way they're chopped up, I would say purple at this point. Okay. Yeah, I would say purple at this point because we've really seen a shift in the last couple of years.
So nationally, as these results start to come in, so many of us are going to be watching those races, not even in our state.
That's right.
Here, of course, because of that balance of power. How long could we wait? I mean, what have we seen in the past, and how could that affect what we see today?
Republicans need 1 net pickup in the Senate to regain control. They need 5 net seats in the House. So this is out of 435, right? I mean, this is very, very close.
They get to 218. Then
that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. And remember, it's not just the voting majority. It means that they get control of all. They get the chair of all the committees, right? I mean, all the power shifts. Yes, the House Speaker shifts. All of that. I think the Senate is going to be close because there's only 35 races, right? And they only need 1. They only need a net gain of 1. Some of those are open seats. Georgia is an interesting one, not only because the polling is close there, but because Georgia law says that you must have a majority of votes to be seated in the Senate, not a plurality. So if neither candidate, and there's a third-party candidate in the race, so if nobody gets 50%, they have to have a runoff election 2 weeks later. So to answer your question, Audrina, it may be weeks until we know for sure who has control of the U.S. Senate.
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, that's going to be a long wait. Stephen Caliendo, we always appreciate you breaking it down for us. We thank you for that.
Sure.
And keep it right here on CBS 2 for our election results and analysis on our streaming service, CBS News Chicago.